Hey, what's up, guys? I am terribly sorry about the whole 3 week gap from my last video. I am really sorry about it. I've had a insane 3 weeks. Uh, 2 of those weeks I was completely sick, and I literally wanted to rip my own spinal cord out and tear my skull off. And the other part of that is that recently, I've had both my grandparents go into the hospital, and update on them is that they are both completely fine now. They're doing better than when they went in. Um, One of them is about to get out, so hopefully tomorrow she is out, and she gets to come home, and I get to make a nice dinner for her. And two, um, it's kind of been a stale mate with making videos, specifically with Halo, and I kind of want to fix that as with season 3 now coming out. And I kind of want to ask a question on what type of videos you guys want me to make. Do you guys want me to make gameplay videos where I'm just playing normal gameplay and I could just cut into make a small montage? Or do you guys want me to keep doing these update videos on Halo Infinite? Other than that, please leave a like and subscribe to the channel. Also, click on the link below to follow me over on my Twitch. I haven't streamed in a while, but I do want to fix that because I will be streaming Season 3 of Halo Infinite on Tuesday. And I will see you over my Twitch. Go say hi there and leave a follow. Now to hear what you're actually for. So, Season 3 launches on March 7th, which is Tuesday. I don't know what date everyone else is, but for me, it is launching on Tuesday. And we have a lot of good stuff coming in Season 3, and it's kind of like a relaunch of Halo Infinite's free-to-play multiplayer. And you're probably like, oh, I'm probably what's actually coming in here, so I can actually see what's actually it for me, like what I can actually grind for, or what content is actually being added. So we have from season 1, from the launch of the game to now, you have all armor cores, which is basically compared to Apex Legends and Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, is that operators are basically simplified into cores. So basically, your core is what armor you're wearing, so it's armor generations, and all of them will be free, so you don't have to worry about spending money to look at this with this armor. It's automatically free, and you get 2 free cores with this season. But if you're joining in now and season 3 is your first ever time playing Halo Infinite, you will have 4 cannon cores and 3 fracture cores. So you have a total of 7 free cores to actually use. And they all have cadet coatings unlocked. So the 4 cannon cores are the Mark V, the Mark 7, the Rakshasa, and the new Mirage armor core. So in the 3 fracture armors, 2 of them you are most likely not going to get cosmetics unless 3 for 3 is actually changing the store, where it has nothing is removed, nothing's vaulted, everything else is turned into a catalog, which I am hoping is actually happening. And you're gonna have this new fracture core called the Chimera, which for me, it looks like it's a hybrid between Crysis and a Cylon Centurion from Battlestar Galactica. So you have a bunch of cores to actually customize. You have the 2 new sandbox items. You have the Bandit Rifle, which resembles the Reach DMR from Halo Reach. And the Bandit is a 5-shot kill with 0 bloom, or it has bloom like the battle rifle does in Halo Infinite. But what separates it from the battle rifle is that it has recoil, and the recoil is really heavy on it. And the Bandit functions like the Halo 5 Magnum. It has a 1.4 SmartLink ADS, a 15 round mag, and spawns on the assault rifle class weapon pad, and uses the same location as them, and making the M392 Bandit a semi-auto assault rifle. And you're probably wondering why I called it a semi-auto assault rifle. So in one of my previous videos, I made a kind of tutorial on how weapon pads work in Forge. And so you can actually set up, if you want to have weapon pads for Fiesta, or weapon pads that randomize spawns instead of having initial spawns, is they are put into classifications. In Halo 5, they were set up into tiers, but in Infinite, they got rid of the whole tier system, and it's going in for classification, and you basically select which one of that class. It's separated by damage, so you have base damage and power damage. And the new equipment is the Shroud Screen, is Halo's introduction of a smoke grenade. So season 3 is kind of 3.5 months, or 4 months if you want to be technical, but there's a lot of stuff actually coming in. It's going from March 7th to June 20th from what we've leakers have posted, is that it's going from March 7th to June 20th. So we have 2 narrative events with 2 10-tier event passes. The first event, starting on March 7th, is the Mindfall narrative event, going from March 7th to the 20th, in Sight Unseen from May 2nd to May 16th. So these usually last 2 weeks. Then we have 4 Fracture Firewall events with a 30-tier event pass. The first event is, usually there's one every month, and it's what has been recurring, is that usually at the end of every month, is that there's a Fracture event. So the first one is actually after the narrative event ends. On March 21st is the first Fracture event, then April 11th, May 23rd, and the final one, which is the 4th one. Usually people, if you're playing it daily, like you play it every time during the event, usually the 4th one is to allow people to actually finish the battle pass, and usually they'll throw on, each challenge will give you double the tiers in case you missed out on if you just joined and you want to actually finish that pass and you don't have enough. You can, usually the challenges would be updated to where they give you one challenge will give you 2 tiers instead of 1. So you don't really have to burn yourself out. You can actually pace yourself. And we have 3 new maps made by 343. We have Chasm, Cliffhanger, 4 Arena. Cliffhanger reminds me of a map from Halo 4. It also reminds me of some maps from Titanfall. And Oasis is the new BTB map. And coming in the mid-season update, we have a Forge remake of Plaza. So, Battle Pass and customized, we have a new Battle Pass, which is 100 tiers if you buy the premium track. And from previous seasons is that since now all the armor cores are now free, and you get all the cadet coatings free with it, they removed the cores from it and now making a universal coating that is tied to the premium track. So if you're new to Infinite, welcome. Basically you are in luck because you have a 30 tier battle pass to grind from the winter update, which gives you some Reach cosmetics that you may like. Also, I recommend that just buy the premium pass, so you get all the cosmetics of the battle pass, and do not, I repeat, do not buy the bundle that gives you free tier skips, because don't need to, because the pass doesn't expire. Like, this isn't COD, this isn't Apex or Destiny. Is that the passes don't expire or get vaulted or get deleted from the game. Is that moment you buy this pass, you can it does not expire. It doesn't have an expiration date. Like, yeah, it has a time limit of the season, but it does not expire. You can go buy the season 1 and 2 passes because they're already in the game. So you actually have a lot of customization to actually grind for if you are starting on March 7th. And also, because most of you just drop $210 on a pass, because usually the pass is $10 for premium, and it's $2 a tier, so it's $210 on a pass. Then you go on Twitter and complain that there's nothing to do is because you bought the entire battle pass. So that's what I kind of recommend, is that you don't need to buy the whole entire battle pass. It does not expire. Nothing's getting vaulted. It's just you buy the pass, you have all of it. It doesn't expire. Now we have the new mode. So if you didn't play MCC during Season 6 and after, 343 added a new mode called Escalation Slayer. So Escalation Slayer, for non-Halo players that didn't play MCC, is Halo's version of Gun Game. So Escalation Slayer is a new mode coming in Season 3, and VIP was supposed to come in Season 3, but it was shifted to a later season. Don't jump to Twitter. This was confirmed by 343, and that community requested items modes are going to be added first, and VIP is most likely being replaced by Infection, since that was highly requested. So going on to Escalation Slayer, is that in Escalation Slayer, players progress through a list of weapons and equipment loadouts as they score kills. So basically, after each elimination, you advance to a new weapon, culminating the final challenge to win by getting a kill with the oddball. So you can actually de-level players by backsmacking or meleeing in the back to set them back. So there are 11 levels or 11 loadouts. So level 1 is Rocket Launcher, Cinder Shot, and Repulsor. Level 2 is Energy Sword, Gravity Hammer, and Grapple Shot. Level 3 is Sniper Rifle, Skewer, and Threat Sensor. Level 4 is Hydra, Ravager, and Repulsor. Level 5 is Bulldog, Needler, and Grapple Shot. Level 6 is Battle Rifle, Commando, and Threat Sensor. Level 7 is Shock Rifle and Stalker Rifle, and Drop Wall. Level 8, Heatwave, Sentinel Beam, and Thruster. Level 9 is the Bandit, Assault Rifle, and Drop Wall. Level 10, Mangler and Sidekick, and Threat Sensor. And level 11, the final tier, is Oddball and Shroud Screen. So this mode is launching in Season 3 with two variants, Team Escalation and Free-for-All Escalation. Team Escalation progresses all players on a team through the loadout list together. Kills are summed across the team, so everybody's efforts count. And FFA Escalation is, of course, every Spartan for themselves. And yes, there will be indeed a BTB version of Escalation Slayer, along with a super version, which would focus on bringing in special weapon variants, upgraded equipment that you can obtain in Infinite's campaign. So this actually got me curious, is that if they are adding a super version, I wonder if the Bandit is going to have a variant. And this was leaked a while ago when the Tatanka stuff started like making its way into leaks, is that there was a leak that the Bandit rifle had a 3x scope attachment and a long barrel, which got me thinking that there is going to be a long range variant, because how variants work in Halo Infinite is that if the base model is a close range or mid range weapon, its variant is long range. If it's long range base model, the variant is made for close range, and vice versa. So that kind of got me thinking is that since the Bandit is kind of a mid range weapon, its variant would be long range. And that also made me think of, since there's going to be a super version, I wonder if we're getting Super Fiesta like in Halo 5, which added all the variants as well. And I would also like to see variants of vehicles. Like, this was leaked a while ago, like during like season 1 of the Wasp had a variant called the Wasp Stinger, where it was like the turrets were replaced with bulldogs, which was actually kind of interesting. So these aren't the only things happening in this season. There are events in between the Fracture and Narrative events, and forgers like myself are making maps for social, BTB, and ranked games, and unique custom games can be played on the custom game browser, which was added in the winter update. Also, there is Forge that is also getting an update, so there's a lot of stuff. If you are joining in right now, you are set. Like, there's a lot of stuff to actually do in this game. So, other than that, please leave a like on the video, please subscribe to the YouTube channel, and also follow me over my Twitch, and I will see you in the next one. Bye!